When you rent or buy a video, you need to know that the film you choose is suitable for the audience at home. To help you understand what the film is like, you can look at the certificate it has been given. This film has been classified as 12. That means this film is unsuitable for anyone younger than 12. A film with a 12 certificate may contain stronger moments of violence or references to sexual experience. There may also be swear words that you wouldn't find in a PG film. It is an offence to supply a video classified 12 to anyone below that age. Video certificates are there to give you the chance to make the right choice. Thanks for listening.
Hello and welcome to No Frills, live at the border, Terrier Carlisle. This is the Jeeves camp.
Your attitude on life in one of your song lyrics, which one would you use? I don't give a fuck.
No, we've not started yet. I'm trying to find the clip.
Picking up
Andrew, what's his questions? Fucking hell. Right, I'm going to tell you when I'm going to do this laptop. I'm going to. What's your favourite No Frills song?
You don't like to start off with some easy ones.
That isn't easy.
Lead me into it.
What's your name?
William Shakespeare.
There have been suggestions that aspects of No Frills aren't punk enough.
Ooh!
What would you say to these people?
Punk is an attitude. It doesn't matter what it looks like or what you sound like. It's what's in here that counts. Alright?
Penrith is a miserable town on the edge of the Lake District in Cumbria. For centuries it has been tradition for farmers to drive their cattle into town on a Saturday night and then frequent the taverns. The town is famed for its reek of rotting animal carcasses and the fact that there is absolutely nothing to do.
The cheaper you go, the cheaper it is.
Penrith? You know, that's where Bonnie Prince Charlie fought his last battle in England.
Bonnie Prince Charlie once stayed the night at the George Hotel and he entertained himself with a little drummer boy from Barnsley because there was nothing else for him to do.
Well, it's a quiet town if people come to Penrith.
Little much comes from Penrith. Her who married Curly out of Coronation Street. Lewis Sky, the football player. This tribe of Oompa Loompas. Timmy Mallet and the famous punk band No Thrills.
Punk band?
Yeah, radical man.
Yes, we'll buy this place and we'll install a fucking jukebox in here. Live and all you stiffs up a bit.
The police, Miss Blenner, has it. Just say there are a couple of drunks in the Penrith tea rooms and we want them removed.
There is little to do in Penrith but to while away one's recreational hours, having the shit rattled out of one by the mighty No Thrills.
Nothing ever lasts forever.
Do you mean nothing's forever?
I never get it. Nothing.
Ding 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 ding.
I just like it.
Hey, all right.
Just goes. It's like surfing. Just goes.
Right.
And it's on form, it's good. Just get a buzz. Tingles at the back of my neck.
I like Nothing That Lasts Forever.
Nothing that lasts forever. Nothing that lasts forever. Nothing that lasts forever. What's it called again?
No, I like Nothing's Forever because I wrote it the day after my best mate DT died in a car crash. It doesn't even mention him in it, but I wrote it the day after, well, the next time we practiced after he died. I like that song.
What's your favourite No Thrills song and why?
Stand Up For Yourself, definitely. I would say at the moment, it's Have You Seen It? Usually, it's that ain't for me, like.
Playing live, I like Dead to the Core because I can get down on it.
Alright, give us a bit of the pest
A bit of the old jiggly-boo.
I just don't know the answer to that question. Because I haven't really got one.
Punk rock to like that. Can you give us a rendition of the chorus? Punk rock to like that. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Fuck everybody else.
Which song do you enjoy playing live the most?
Yeah, well, I was thinking, can I answer it like that? While I was just sat here looking at the floor and I decided, can't choose one of them either.
When Dwayne was in the band, he'd say, when we were in Germany, he'd say, oh, I'm not doing DISA, or even though there was people going, you four. Like, I'm going, pardon? You four. What? We had to actually get this lass to come up on stage and say, please play disco to Dwayne before he do it.
Did you get a lot of Asian Germans at the concert?
Yes, they were all very old.
So, Jeeves, why did you join No Thrills, and was it a tough negotiating process?
There was a negotiating process. Here one day, heard a knock at the door. Opened the door, saw Dwayne and Pez, walked them up and down, and says, are you wanting a drummer? And well said, yeah, and he says, right, I'll join you, and that was it.
I can remember exactly what happened. I was sat at my desk at home. I got a text message off Pez, so I sat there for a bit, and because to be honest, we'd done quite a bit with No Thrills, but I didn't really realise they had any tunes until I sat down and listened to the CD. And then I thought, Jesus, how have I not, like, you know, realised all the decent tunes they've got.
I just want to be myself. I don't want to be anybody else. I just want to be myself. Spend a fortune on your looks with lipstick and nipple socks. I just want to be myself.
The reason I joined basically was because I wanted to impress my mates who like No Frills. But my one condition was that we brought back Loser in the set.
So what was it like stepping into Dwayne's shoes? I mean, he'd had a legacy in No Frills from the start, really.
I don't know, I mean, I didn't really look at it like that, to be honest. I can remember when I was sat down to learn the songs, I was very impressed with the sort of intelligence that had gone into the guitar parts and the songwriting. Like I said, I hadn't really appreciated the songwriting before. I felt that I could certainly put my own stamp on it, and I did find that quite exciting.
He's got his own, he does his own thing, he's got his own style, it's a bit different, but he's alright.
You know, certainly from studying, through learning the songs and studying how Dwayne had gone about it, it certainly taught me quite a lot about, you know, guitar and sort of altered my style a little bit as well, so.
Viagra. If I could, it would be every day. A bit like Jeeves. Viagra. 24 hours a day if I could manage it. Impossible. Tried it, failed. Viagra. Nah, being able to do it once a week's, you know, if we could do it twice a week, it'd be alright. Viagra. Because me and Pez are knocking on a bit. Viagra. Viagra.
What's it like being in a band with Tony?
I like Tony. It wouldn't be the same without Tony.
I like being in a band with Tony. I love Tony.
Well, I've known him since I came here and asked him if he wanted to join the band. And he's a good guy, like. And he's Raj.
He's a very good friend. Trusts me to look after his dog.
Both of them would have got the golden shower.
When he's not off his head on something, he's sound like.
You'll have to cut that out, Fuzz will be around next.
Tony, before joining the band, was my favourite, you know, member of it. A bit like Dave Sanders out of Falling Red. He's my favourite one of them, and Tony was my favourite one of No Frills.
He's a really good drummer, and he really, really enjoys himself when he's playing, and when we're practicing, I watch him, like, and he's absolutely smiling his head off. I don't know whether he's smiling his head off because he's off his head. I'm smiling his head off because he's actually enjoying himself.
Ever since my Auntie Doreen gave me a tin drum when I was about 3 years old, and just bang, 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 and it went on to pans, tin pot lids, dustbins, pillows, and I bought my first drum kit. I don't know, I always wanted to be a drummer.
It can be very hard work because you have to tell him things about 15 times, write it on his fucking arm, write it on the calendar, and he still forgets.
He's a fucking nightmare at times. Like, he can't even
remember.
He can't even remember the drum beats to the songs he plays 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
But you know, like at the same time, that's why you love him. Like, you know, you wouldn't have him any different.
It's what's inside.
Even when we're going to gigs, you'll tell him something and then 5 minutes later he'll ask the same question again. Or you'll answer something and he'll answer the same question again.
I think we're going down to France, last gig, I don't know where in France, I don't remember until that.
But Chris White says he'll lend us his PA, so it might be ideal, really.
That big fella.
Really? No, it's Chris White's the bassist. Oh yeah, got you.
I think I like about Tony, he's always got something to say. There's never a quiet moment with Tony.
Viagra.
I love everyone in the band, I wouldn't change anybody. Only if I could clone form myself. And even then I'd probably need Tony because I'm not very good at drums.
What are your thoughts on the music scene in Cumbria?
Some places there's still a good punk scene, and some places there never has been.
What do you mean the punk scene or the music scene in general?
Both.
Oh well.
I think it's pretty poo to be fair.
We'll do them both. What do you think about the punk scene in the country as a whole?
In the country, I think if more people went to the gigs, it wouldn't be down on its ass, but nobody gets out to watch the gigs really.
Why do you think that is?
People only turn out to see the big bands. It's the same faces you see at all of the gigs for the best part. Like, you know, we could play anywhere in the northeast and they've got a really good crowd over there. But it's the same faces at every single gig that you see, and then you'll hear that say the Business are playing at one of the academies or somebody like that. Like Old Firm Casuals are on tonight, aren't they?
Right.
You can guarantee people will turn out just because Lars Fredriksson is playing and he's come from America.
Who's Lars Fredriksson?
Jesus Christ.
I mean, a lot of the way it's working at the moment is we play alongside like top bands or whatever, people who are popular and stuff, and it's people out of them bands, the band members who we're playing with, who are supporting that lot, big our name up.
This goes to you in the No Frills t-shirt because we love some No Frills. Punk rock till I die.
We had a bit of a trouble with that when we played at the Angel in Durham, and the Stranglers were playing at Newcastle, so hardly any fucker came. And then the next week we played down in Leeds, and the Stranglers were fucking playing just down the road at the Academy, and hardly anyone came either.
What's this shit about organising gigs in Penrith and not asking the Gimfus, like?
We did ask them, but...
What are you giving us, your big break in the North East, and you're treating us like this, man?
It's one of Johnny's kids' birthdays.
Are there any bands people should look out for?
Yes, No Thrills, pretty good.
Any of the ones?
Give Fist, but everyone's heard of Give Fist.
Give Fist.
Every album they've
Even
brought out.
we had to bully their drummer to get in.
They don't need to go kick shit out by Chris.
We're bullying, what am I doing?
Shit on your head. But I got them their first gig in Penrith and Carlisle, and they've got us a few over the North East. And the second one we did at the 3 Tons was like no one had ever heard of us there, and a lot of people have said to us since, like, where the fuck have these lot been for 15 years?
I think that they've posed a philosophical question for the 21st century.
Jesus wants to ask you something, Johnny.
Spent many hours contemplating how they've got this wake up every morning 6 days a week and try to
Because he wakes up in the afternoon on the 7th.
Well, what I'm thinking, yeah, but is it though?
Or he might wake up in the morning, but he doesn't step out in the freezing cold.
You're falling into the trap of not taking on the philosophical question, Ox. Do they work so hard that they only have 6 days in a week? Because all the days...
Are you trying to call McCartney lazy? Because he had 8?
Or, well, you know, he might have worked even harder. Or do they just think, you know, someday we'll just fuck it off and not even count it? These are the questions that really I want to ask Gimfist, but I'm too shy to say.
Control and the Foreign Legion, they're both our friends. And I've got Ian's mobile number on my phone.
Scared from is it
Oscar.
Scared.
Blackburn / Burnley area.
Scared.
And they've got loads of good tunes, quite decent, you know, poppy.
And the guy's a singer and guitarist in the Not Sensibles as well.
I've never heard of them.
Well, there you go. I'm in love with Margaret Thatcher. I'm in love with Margaret Thatcher. I'm in love with Maggie T. That was one of their songs.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but they've got good tunes anyways.
This is a happy song about teenage suicide.
House of Carlisle, they're absolutely sensational. Fantastic album out at the moment, brilliant set of Rebellion.
You better not forget the blizzard. You better chase away all the lizards. They're gonna steal yourself, you lot, so that you do good. Where is that gold? Nothing left for you. I never know, days so long. Sympathy for dying dogs, forever it goes on.
Fucking exiles, right? So,
So what's on the front pages? It's not about the war, it's not a natural disaster, it's a nuclear X-Factor.
If you could bring a second guitarist into No Thrills, who would you bring in?
Well, I think Dwayne would work quite well in the band.
You've got an open invitation to return to the band. Are you ever going to take that up?
No, I'm under a lot of pressure to rejoin, like, but you know,
I believe the phrase is, "Hey, Dwayne, what you going to do?" Jeeves claims to have a lot of loving just waiting for you. Surely you and Jeeves could caress the guitars in unison to provide an orgy of musical magic.
Well, I think Jeeves, I don't think they need me in the band. I think Jeeves is doing a good enough job as it is.
My favourite guitarist at the moment, out of you know, the ones I know, is Simon Whittle out of the Exiles. I think his style would work quite well with the stuff that we're writing at the moment.
Young, is it Simon, Foreign Region?
Simon from Foreign Legion is a great guitarist, young lad. But yeah, there's loads of good guitarists out there. Like.
The gig on Sunday.
Oh, it's at the Black Bull in Gateshead. Setup. It's got like one part of it's like for normal people.
Pickles on it, vinegar.
Yes, and then the other half is like a rock bar, and it's got loads of nuts sticking all over it. 3 o'clock, we're on at 3 o'clock, and it finishes by 7. So if you live just around the corner, just in time for Emmerdale Bar. Look at the blues, it's a
advertised for No Frills at one stage. It looked like the band were going to split up at one point before Dan joined the band.
We did split up.
What happened there, from your perspective?
Well, to be honest, I don't know an awful lot about it. I'd only been in the band about 7 or 8 months at a time, and I think there'd been a situation bubbling away underneath that I was sort of kept out of, to be honest. But yeah, I think there was sort of a bit going on about what direction the band was going to take. I think maybe my guitar style was stifling Jay's bass playing a little bit, and I think he was a bit frustrated about that. There was a big scandal over the European tour because we were supposed to be going on a European tour, but then Pez got ill and something wrong with his chest. Vinny had sorted these two kids out, a drummer and a singer, which was right because we went through the tunes one day and we had this like 19-year-old kid singing about songs that, you know, like in the summer of '79, back in the summer of '79, that which is actually 3 years before I was even born. Never mind him. So that was quite strange, but I think all that was sort of bubbling up in a way, and I think it just got to starting to get to everybody, just in general, and Pez decided that he wanted to, you know, call it day.
How do you think the future of No Frills would have panned out if you had done the European tour with the stand-ins?
I don't know. I mean, I thought we should have done the tour. Vinny thought we should have done the tour, and Jay thought we should have done the tour. And I will say that, like, you know, like there was a lot. I think Jay took a lot of the blame for trying to push for the tour. But, you know, Vinny was the main one who was pushing for it. And like I say, I thought, you know, like I think the absolute worst thing you can do is start cancelling gigs and stuff like that. But on reflection, it's probably for the best that it didn't happen, really.
Given that you and Jay have both sang in other bands, why did neither of you just stand in for Pez? Or share it?
I didn't even get offered.
Would you have done it?
I can't sing in the same range as Pez, and I don't think I could play No Frills songs and sing to them, to be honest. I'm not sure about Jay, but I think what it was really more was a time issue. It would be easy for some other person to come in and just sing the songs than for us to have to try and learn to do 2 jobs at once in like a month or whatever it was. It's a bit like we tried 2 drummers out to go on the tour, Speedy out the Overdose and this kid, and it was just a case of Speedy's style was less like Tony's than this other kid, which is why we chose the kid like.
How long do you think Pez's knee's going to hold up? Which people have had No Frills the most?
Me.
Vinny Pops. Vinny Pops, yes.
What's your favourite memory out of No Frills?
Going on tour with Vinny.
Yeah, the band manager Vinny passed away tragically not so long ago. Would you like to share some of your memories about him? What he brought to the band and...
Yeah, I mean, even though he lived a long way away, I don't know if it is like 100 and something miles in Southport, but he was really enthusiastic about the band.
Yeah, poor old Vinny. Yeah, if it wasn't for Vinny, I don't think we'll be where we are today, really. From memories of him setting up the European tour for a week, that was just Spinal Tap at its best.
I mean, he got us on our first rebellion by just pestering them non-stop. He got us on it Nice and Sleazy, and he goes on it down at Southport a few times, which were fucking awful gigs. But on a Sunday, you know, everyone was full of rust in there and farting their heads off.
Holland, Germany and France. Yeah, that was good. I'm glad we did that. Yeah, good times.
But he was a really nice guy. He was older than me, which made it change, because nearly everyone I talked to is younger than me.
me and Dwayne were getting a bit ratty and burst in for a piss. And I couldn't wait no longer, so I said to Vinny, he says, have you got your piss bucket in the back? He said, yes, so I got the bucket and I got a bag and I had a piss in the van.
Now, he never had a nasty word to say about anyone. You could tell sometimes by his eyes and by the way he clenched his fists that he was actually mad with people, but he never said anything to anyone's face, and I'm sure that's why he slept in the van most of the time, so he could count to 10 loads of times, so he didn't punch holes in the walls and that.
It was on the back shelf in the van, about this side, and there was a little bit of wood stopping stuff from falling over, but if you break that, gravity.
Him and his dog were like inseparable, Scooby, and used to eat the same food, pies and kebabs.
And then driving along, half an hour later, next minute, the eventually happened, when he fucking brakes hard, next minute, punch, with a bucket, a bag, fucking everywhere. Dwayne screamed, he said, "I've gone, fucking hell, Tony's pisses everywhere." And just going, he's on my phone and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, that was a funny moment. Yeah.
So, yeah, he was a really good guy.
Obviously, before you joined No Frills, you were a big fan of the band. What was it like when Pez gave you the handshake to join?
Shit myself. Well, not literally. I was shitting myself. I thought, what if I ruined the band and that? But,
Must have been a nice feeling, though.
Great, it was alright. Yeah. Devastated night in the Gloucester, Jesus, 30th. It was.
I had a 30th birthday party, a surprise one. I thought I was going for an Indian with my bird. I was already all set in my head what I wanted. We went to the Gloucester for a drink and it turned into it was a surprise birthday party, so I was a bit good about that because I wanted my Indian. But I think we went away. I think Pez decided he didn't really want to quit, so he asked Jay if he wanted to rejoin. Jay didn't want to, so we got oxen.
Do you think it was the best decision?
I certainly think it's worked out. You know, with Ox, I don't know whether it worked out with Jay. I know that, like I said, there was issues going on. Probably more than anything down to communication, I would say. You know, like I wasn't even being involved in what was going on. Everybody was telling me there was nothing going on, and then there was this situation brewing underneath, and nobody was talking to each other. You know. Everybody had different ideas, and we didn't even sit round the table and discuss that. We just sort of let it bubble under and get frustrated. I don't think that's a situation that would go on again.
Are you happy with Oxy, the band, and Jay? From a personal level, given your friendship with him?
I'd probably feel more comfortable in the band. At the time, I was the newest, and maybe that's just how it is for the newest person all the time. So I would say I probably do feel more comfortable. I do think we'd probably get on better than what we did when I was in the band with Jay. But like I say, when I was in the band, this situation was already sort of bubbling away. I think we've got a bit more spirit between the four of us than at that time in the band.
Yeah.
But you know, that's not to say I didn't enjoy being in a band with Jay, like, you know.